we talk about these great performances, and we show you stats, and we show you clips, and we compare these people to Wilt Chamberlain because that's basically who set the bar so high. But for a younger generation of basketball fans and people that watch and listen to our show, they think of Wilt Chamberlain as the guy who scored 100 points in a game, or they see 2 or 3 clips of him dunking. Explain to everyone just how versatile Wilt was.
Gather around, boys and girls. Let me teach you who the Big Dipper is.
Oh,
Let me teach you who Wilt the Stilt is.
I'm all ears.
Who's a terrific athlete beyond playing basketball, was a 7-footer who literally should have his own record book. This is why a 6'3" guard like Russell Westbrook is being compared to him for triple doubles. A 6'5" guard like James Harden is being compared to him for the way he scores. And a 7-foot player like Jokic is being compared to him for having triple doubles because he's the unstoppable force in the history of basketball. And it's not just dunks. Look at that step back, one-leg jump shot. People act like Dirk invented that. Wilt was doing that then.
The finger roll.
Finger rolls, dunks. He could put up video game numbers. Here's a guy during a basketball season, averaged 50 points and 25 rebounds.
50 points and 25 rebounds.
And then,
50 and 25.
And then people said that he was selfish. So you know what he did? Went back and led the league in assists.
So I think that people forget about Wilt Chamberlain or look at him as this like ghost from the past who scored 100 points in a game, or they see the couple dunks and think he's this like Shaq-style ferocious interior presence. He had finesse. He had aspects of the game from 15 feet and in, and as you mentioned, led the league in assists.
Kobe Bryant scored 81 in a game. That's basically 20% less than the actual record of 100 in a basketball game. Like, Wilt is able to do it in all facets. And the thing I appreciate the most about his game is that it translated. He wasn't just a bulky guy standing in front of the rim and all he does was dunks. He was agile, had good hands, had good footwork,
defense,
had a soft touch, he blocked shots.
Blocked jumpers.
Like, when you talk about all-time great players, his name, for some reason, gets left out because he was in the Russell era. And they were winning 11 championships in 13 years. So therefore, people dismissed everything Wilt was able to accomplish as a dominant force.
They distilled their opinion of Wilt Chamberlain to one picture of him holding up 100. But let's take a look at some other numbers that you should associate with Wilt Chamberlain. 50.4 points a game in a season. 27.2 rebounds a game in a season. 78 career triple-doubles. 78 career triple-doubles for a 7-footer. 32 career 60-point games. How many times did you score 60?
Never.
32 times Wilt Chamberlain tied up his shoes and scored 60 points.
How about this for greatness? LeBron James is going to have his number retired with the Heat and with the Cavs. 3 teams have retired Wilt's number. Just think about that for a second. Shaq, the Heat, the Lakers. Not the Celtics. Not the Cavs. For him to remain so very dominant, he's in a category of his own. That's why I wanted to make sure that every time you hear his name and somebody's shooting after one of his records, we give a little in-depth information about actually why Wilt Chamberlain is one of the top basketball players to ever do it.
And when you hear the conversations, you're going to hear them in barbershops everywhere. Who's the greatest? LeBron or MJ? LeBron or MJ? Well, I think Kobe. People forget about Kareem. People forget about Wilt. People forget about some of these older players because of the recency bias. But Wilt Chamberlain is more than a man that just scored 100 points in a game.
No doubt about it. And like James Harden, got his number retired away from the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Because
he put up numbers that we can't show on the screen.
He got high score on the video game type numbers
that we can't show on the screen. Also, it's pretty good in like Conan 2. But I think
you ready for
Conan
this?
the Barbarian 2.
All of those numbers off the floor, no kids.